Am I getting off on the wrong feet this morning or this grand rising? I don't like to say the word morning because nobody over here is in morning. But anyway, grand rising, kin folks. And I gotta say grand rising because I got my butt at 6 this morning and it is now 8:06. And I sat here and recorded almost a 5-minute video with no sound. Because I always forget to turn the mic on. For the most part, I forget. I'm going to have to be productive today because I know y'all saying, why you get up so early? Today is December 25th. And I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't. I stopped celebrating Christmas when I learned the truth about it. What truth did you learn, Anita? I'll tell you about it one day if I remember. When you decide to remind me, because y'all don't ever leave comments or questions or none of that. So I may not ever tell you. So it don't even matter. But anyway, I got up because yesterday, from time to time, I order my groceries online when I'm running behind and I got so much to do, I don't have time to run to the store. So I ordered my groceries online to be delivered, okay? And in doing so, eyelash itch. But in doing so, they said shoppers are in high demand. Meaning, I won't be getting my groceries. The text message in my phone said I won't be getting my groceries until between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I'm up, I even looked at it online and I saw that time, but something else didn't stand out for me because the date, I thought I looked at the date. I get up this morning and I'm like, why don't I hear a text letting me know that a shopper has started shopping? Well, I come back in here and look on my computer and the thing says, stores closed December 24th at 6 p.m. and reopens December 26th, 7 a.m. Now, I'm not pissed. But I usually celebrate Sunday through Saturday. 1 cup of mocha. No, I don't use coffee to wake me up. It's my fiber. It's a fiber for me. And also, in that same cup of mocha, I put my vegan protein powder in there, and I put, what is that thing called? It's another powder I put in there, but it's good for skin, bones, nails, hair, tissues, It's part of my routine, I used to like to make smoothies. But for some reason, when you get up in age, certain times of the year, you're not feeling cold stuff. You're not. Anyway. So, what are we going to talk about today? I was going to use my Canon camera. I was online, I think yesterday, learning the functions, because I don't like to read instructions. I like to figure it out myself, like with a computer. With a computer, a new app, I can figure it out. Okay, y'all are like, Anita, we all here sitting here watching you tell us about your problem. And let me just say this. I know I get on here, like, and to some of y'all probably think I don't have many problems. When you got children and grandchildren, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems. And all of my children are adults. And as I've stated in previous videos, I'm not obligated to be taking care of no adults. I'm so tired of taking care of children. Y'all just don't know. But that's not the point of this video. I'm not gonna bog y'all down. But this is something, and I didn't write any talking points on this. So I'm gonna kind of flow naturally on this, okay? So bear with me. I'm seeing my face shine, and I'm just gathering oil off of my skin, if any. Okay, but let me talk to y'all about pointing the fingers. You see that? There's one pointing that way. There's three pointing back at you. Some people point like this. Some people point like this. But this is pointing at the person you're talking about. This is talking to the witness, even if it's like that or like that. There's a witness because it's not directly at that person, and three is pointing back at you. That lets you know. Look at yourself triple time. You know how they say you get 3 chances? Give yourself 3 chances to observe yourself before pointing the finger at others. The end. All right, y'all have it. But now, let me expound on that. And remember, I told y'all, no, y'all don't remember. But anywho, we're going to get into it. So, let's get into this. Okay? So, pointing fingers. OMGs. How we love to gossip and blame others outside of ourselves. But I want to talk about the blaming. With blaming, we have a tendency to also play the victim. I know about that. Okay, I'm trying not to smack, but for some reason, this gap, when I try to pronounce certain things, and I'm practicing. Well, I'm not really practicing, but I'm trying. See, I almost smacked. Anywho, let's get on with it. So, anywho, I've played the victim before, but I didn't know I was playing the victim. And I grew up in a household where everybody was pointing fingers. And also, I learned to play victim. Or I must have learned it. But probably wasn't paying any attention. But let me help make you aware. If you don't know if you're playing the victim, or if you have learned that behavior. So you find yourself in situations where you feel like you've done no wrong. Whether it's relationships, friendships, workships, kinships, all kinds of ships. Okay? You are in victim mode because you're always saying, so-and-so did this to me. This happened to me. Why me? Well, why not you? What are you doing to prevent so-and-so doing it to you? This or that situation happening to you. Why you? Because you bring it on yourself. Looks like I'm looking down. I'm sorry. Looking at that little camera right there to look at y'all. I just have a habit of looking at me. But anyway, I don't even feel right looking right there. So get used to me looking this way. Unless I use my Canon camera, because then I'm forced to look into the little camera hole, because if I try to look at me through the Canon camera, I will be looking like this. Then y'all be like, what is she looking at? She always looking up. Anywho, distracting myself. Let's stop it. Stop the distractions. So anywho, yeah. So how do you come out of victim mode? Accepting the responsibilities. So you don't have to keep saying, why me? You become a warrior, a defender of you, and an offender of yourself. Okay? So you have to also look at those situations where you are the cause. I know you're like, but I don't be doing nothing. Exactly. If you don't do nothing, then yeah, you open yourself up to have something done to you. Okay? If you put yourself in positions where people can hurt you or do this or that to you, then yeah, you're going to be sitting there saying, why me? And pointing the finger. I know you were looking for some examples, but I'm trying to think of some examples. Like, oh yeah, I'm with so-and-so and he did this to me. Okay, red flag. Now get your butt out of that situation so it won't happen to you again. So you don't be saying, oh, he cheated on me. This keep happening to me. Why does it keep happening to you? Because you put yourself, you allow it to happen. You got a friend who's doing certain things to you. Call them out. Call the friend out. Better yet, don't even call them out. Because that doesn't mean they're going to stop. They might stop doing it to you because they know you are aware of what they're doing. And then even if you call them out, if you still keep them in your space and keep calling them around you and going around them, and they keep doing the same old thing. Warning, warning, warning. Get the heck out. Get out. Then you don't have to keep pointing the finger, blaming. Because even when you point the finger, blaming, do you not realize that people are probably looking at you, them 3 fingers pointing back at you, wondering, well, what the heck are you doing? You got 3 fingers pointing back at you. What is it you're doing? The reason why you keep blaming this person. Because it's just like being in a laboratory, and I know that's the worst example. Then again, it may not even be the worst example, but let me give you an example. You as a scientist, we all are scientists because we experiment. We may not experiment with actual chemicals, but we experiment with situations. So if you're in the laboratory cooking up something, okay, and stuff blow up, are you going to blame the chemicals? Well, it was the chemicals. When do you accept responsibility? Yeah. It took you to mix them darn chemicals for the chemicals to even react. Unless it was a ghost. But then people are going to be asking for proof. So at some point, you got to take responsibility. Now, let's jump over here to gossip. And yes, I have done it, so I know about gossip. And I learned the consequences behind gossip. I don't know if I still gossip though. I do my best not to. I'm just like, I really don't like to talk about people unless it's something good or it's the truth. And usually when I am truth telling, I'm somewhat venting just to get that out, just to get off my chest. But a lot of times what I have learned also is it's best to vent the truth first to the person, let them know. And sometimes that stuff be on you so bad that venting chemical that needs to come out of your head and out of your emotions, you got to go and tell somebody else about it. But make sure you tell whoever you're venting to, I done already told so-and-so about it. It just got to come out again because that's what happens sometimes. Because just like I could probably sit here like I'm to somebody in the house thinking, oh, she's talking to herself. Or I could be in the mirror and vent it out again, but it's just not the same. So we vent to people. We vent to the people who we may have a situation with first. And then we vent to somebody. Or sometimes we might vent to the somebody before we vent to the person that we're having the situation with. And sometimes we vent to the other person just to get a resolution to make sure it's okay to approach to somebody. You know? Because sometimes I do that. Sometimes I be like, okay, do you think, give me your opinion, because it's just their opinion. And then I go and sit back and I'm like, okay, maybe I don't like their opinion. Maybe I just really need to just go tell them, vent it to them, to see their thoughts on why I feel this way. Or maybe they can ask me, and maybe then I just tell them. And sometimes in situations like that, be ready to lose them. And why care if you lose them? Why? Okay, that's just a question. Why should I care if I lose them? I shouldn't. Because what should happen is if someone comes to me with a problem about me, I'm grateful and thankful. Because they made me aware of me. Sometimes I can't see me through the eyes of others. Why should I care? Well, if I care about them and respect the fact that they came to me, I respect that. You came to me to let me know instead of going gossiping about me. But then I'm like, who did you talk to about this? I don't mind talking to somebody about it. But I just want to make sure it's not going to get back to me as gossip. But not that I really care. I mean, I really don't care. People gonna talk. That's another thing. You gotta understand or understand about gossip. Sometimes gossip could be good, sometimes it can be bad, depending on what's being said. Because sometimes it can ruin your reputation. And those are moments that you may have to speak up for yourself. There have been times where I really didn't care if it ruined my reputation. I really didn't care. I really didn't. Because it's like what Steve Harvey, I heard him say in a motivational video or some kind of video like that, is that they don't know me. People don't know me. Why do I need to defend myself against something that's not true about me? It's not something I did. It's what people assume. If you see me with my boyfriend or the man I am in a relationship with one day and hugged up on, and the next day you see me with a guy friend and I'm hugged up on, I'm not kissing up on him or anything, but I'm just hugged up on because it's my guy friend, you know, touchy-feely person, but I'm not touchy-feely all over the place. I might just be holding on to his arm, and people snap pictures and create situations. So, in matters like that, when you don't know what's going on, like I saw her hooked up on this dude, and I thought they said they was in a relationship, now I see her hooked up on this one. Stay out of people's business. Stop assuming and running your mouth, gossiping. Because you don't know the type of relationship that person or persons have. Now people in the world feel as though they can't speak their minds because you got some sensitive people in the world. Too sensitive for their own good, where they're nosy, all up in people's business, all up in the crack of their behinds, going through the intestinal walls, trying to find dirt. It's dirty up in there, just like it's dirty up in yours. It's not clean until you cleanse it out. Even when you cleanse it out and you cleanse it out so good, it's not going to smell like roses. It's not going to smell like roses. Even if you drink rose water, it's still your intestinal walls. Even if you don't eat for days, still going to have a certain smell to it. Meaning, your bowels stink. You know, my grandma used to say, S-H, word. Stop acting like yours don't stink. For those who don't know what the heck I'm talking about, S-H, I don't know, maybe that's a word that they call profanity. It's only used in America, because I don't know if y'all use it anywhere else. But if you use it anywhere else, and if you're a child and don't know what the heck I'm talking about, then whose YouTube or adult account you have access to, because maybe you're not supposed to be watching this. But then again, who knows? Because you got parents who curse around their children. I know I did. I ain't gonna play innocent. Just know that, yeah, I get on here laughing and smiling and stuff. But I have my days where I go to bed, I'm crying in my bed. Because I'm letting past thoughts get to me. And even though as much as some of y'all might put me on a pedestal and think I'm perfect, I'm not. Because my stinks. I'm not here to play perfect. I'm not here to play it off. And when I do play, it's out of just me having some fun, okay? Yeah, so you got millions of people who be on these social media platforms pointing the finger. And I truly wish, they talk about big brother, big sister, big mama, big daddy be watching you. The camera needs to be turned on you. Those same people who's up there tapping and talking mess about folks. Look in the mirror, boo-boo. Look in the mirror. Now, I'm not talking to children because they still need to be taught. And if they're not taught, they're going to learn. They're going to learn today. And if not today, they're going to learn someday. That's not a cool thing to do. Now, a lot of times I come on here and I'm talking about just little situations like this, but it's a part of shadow work to help with your spiritual growth. We're all spiritual beings. So it's not only helping with your spiritual growth, it's helping with your mental growth, emotional growth, as well as physical growth or human growth. You're learning from the human experience. Sounds like someone knocking on my door. Hold on for a second. Okay, my neighbors have a big giant pet. He's a cute doggy. Huge. I bet he's gonna sit down. This is probably his head to be up here. I don't know. That was a big black fluffy dog. You know how you have little poodles? That's a giant poodle. I'm like, who did he breed with? Snoopy? Because Snoopy is a Great Dane. And woohoo! Great Danes remind me of little ponies. My little pony. Anyway. So yeah. We got to grow within our human experience. So different what we call light workers, spiritual workers, dimensional workers, human workers, whatever workers you want to call, healers, counselors, life coaches. We're here to help you get you through your human experience. You like, Anita, how you gonna help me? Because these are things I've been through. And like I tell my children, not to say y'all are my children, learn from my mistakes. Okay? Learn not to. So down the road, you don't have to deal with so much chaos. You're already aware. But even with that being said, you cannot always instruct, give advice, help a person out with information to caution them, because some people, it's just meant for them to learn on their own. And I know you'd be like, but why? Those are the stubborn ones. Those are the ones who have to be like, you know how psychologically, they say when you tell a person don't do it, and you really want them to do it, to tell them not to go to it. So they will go to it. Pay attention to the reverse psychology. So when you tell them, learn from my mistakes, don't do what I did, they're gonna be like, well, why not? In the back of their head is processing. I need to go see what that's all about. She did it, she survived. Well, not everybody survives, boo-boo. Sorry, here we go. Flash the bing, 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 bing. Not everybody survives. Some people are weak. So I have someone in my family who tried to grow up too quick. And they're making me feel like I'm obligated to help them and do stuff. I love them though. And I try not to let that overtake me. I don't know if they're trying to get out of their responsibilities because they didn't take responsibility and pay attention and listen. So y'all children, whoever, if you're young and you're listening, or if you're an adult who had a parent who tried to tell you things, and because your parents survived, you're wondering why it didn't work out the way it did for them, for you. Because some things when parents tell you not to do, just don't do it. It's not psychological, reverse psychology kind of thing. Maybe parents need to start teaching in this manner. Oh, go ahead and do what I did. You need to go check that out. Let me tell you what happened to me. But I survived. Because I had the mental, emotional stamina and strength to withstand those things. The good people, kin folks, mommies, daddies, big brothers, sisters, we do our best to help give family members, friends, and so on and so forth a boost of our reality to help them along their path and their journey. But sometimes it takes those people that we are trying to assist on their journey. They need to learn it for themselves to be able to come back into their mental book and reread the words and the reactions and the thoughts and the patterns or what have you to get it. Some of us don't make it out humanly alive. Sometimes we come out spiritually awakened and or departed from this dimension to have to review the results. All right, people, for those who don't know me, this has been AnitaYarbrough. Yes, that's my name on this platform. That's me, good people. All right, y'all, take care. Enjoy y'all day of celebration. I call it your day of vacation. Or then again, I don't like to use the word vacation, but your day off. Because vacation is when you leave. Some of y'all leave, y'all vacate. But some of y'all are off doing what y'all usually would be doing on this day. And some of y'all just like me. Y'all just go on about y'all day to regular thing. All right, y'all have a great one, and we're gonna talk. Stay blessed. And as I always say, I'm not here to make y'all think like me. I just want y'all to think. Take responsibility for your actions. If you want to ascend, and if you say you awake, take responsibility for your awakeness. And don't just be awake talking this and not doing anything about it. Because what they say, spiritual beings or angels, whatever, they do. They don't just